Jacob, we're back at Shook Book, the vlog in which two actors read books that in one way or another leave them shook. Everybody who is not Jacob. A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jacob. Happy birthday to you. That's right, folks. Jacob's birthday was, in fact, earlier this week, so please leave him a comment below wishing him well. To the 20 people who are watching this who are not Jacob, I know you've been seeing a lot of my face recently. I hope that's cool with you. I mean, I think my face is okay, but to each their own, I guess. But fear not, this is not just Julie's channel. Jacob will be back at some point. In the meantime, I hope that you wish him well. Jacob, I would like to do for you my best imitation of an audiobook I was recently reading. After an hour or two, they had lost all clear sense of direction, though they knew well enough that they had long ceased to go northward at all. They were being headed off, and were simply following a course chosen for them, eastwards and southwards, into the heart of the forest, and not out of it. The afternoon was wearing away when they scrambled and stumbled into a fold that was Okay, I admit, I exaggerate slightly, but I think that my exaggeration actually makes the book more interesting. If you can believe it, that was Lord of the Rings. I have never made it all the way through this book. I recently decided that I should try because everybody loves Lord of the Rings, and I like fantasy, and I like Harry Potter, and everybody says, you know, if you like Game of Thrones and Harry Potter and the Magicians and all of that, you should read Lord of the Rings because a lot of those books borrowed stuff from Lord of the Rings. And yes, I get it. They definitely did. I see that. But man, I mean, nobody told me how much of this book is walking through the woods and singing. It matters worse since I am commuting an hour to get to my rehearsals and performances. I was listening to it on audiobook, and it's read by this dry British gentleman with the super posh accent, and man, I thought I was gonna fall asleep at the wheel. So I guess today isn't really a shook book, it's more of an anti-shook book. It's more of a, why are people so shook about this? I mean, I agree, there are parts of it that are really, really good. I would be riveted for maybe a page, and then bored. And yes, I gave it a really good chance. My bookmark, when I just pulled this off my bookshelf, was on page 300. But here's the thing, I used to feel really wrong starting books and not finishing them. Like, even if I didn't like them, I just felt like I had to finish it, just to say that I did. Because if I didn't, then I would be a quitter or something. But recently I have decided that I just don't have enough flips in my flip budget to give a flip about such things. Even when we're talking about books that are super mega popular and that had a huge influence over an entire genre, I just don't give a flip anymore. I think the reason I used to give so much of a flip is because at some point while I was in college, I became the kind of person who had a really hard time owning her own opinions. In middle and high school, I think I went a little too far in the actually owning my opinions direction. I used to be the kind of person who was like, I don't like popular things. Popular stuff is stupid. I want to be different. Different is better. And when I had disliked stuff that was popular, my dislike and ire was really intense. Understandably, I think a lot of people did not like this aspect of me, so I decided that I should go about changing it. But I think that I overcorrected. I think I just started caring way too much about what other people thought and about whether people disagreed with me. So now I'm working on owning my opinions, just accepting the validity of them and just being myself about it, even when they're unpopular, but without judging anyone else for how they think. But it's still definitely an insecurity that I have. Like, sometimes I meet people who are the way I used to be, where they're really pushy about their opinions or really judgy about mine. And instead of just owning my opinion, I tend to feel bad about myself and worry that maybe they're right and I am wrong about, you know, not liking jazz music or whatever. This video right here is part of my process in just accepting my opinion. Lots of people love Lord of the Rings. I really just don't. And that's cool, and the people who like Lord of the Rings are cool, and that opinion is cool, and everybody's just cool.